Okay, so um, today's gonna be another video about Kung Fu, specifically animal Kung Fu. Okay? So the main thing about um, improving um, your fighting. I'm not a professional fighter, obviously, so I want to make sure before I say anything to say out a disclaimer, which is, as with anybody, before you go and learn from them, you have to see how much of what they say makes sense, right? If they're really speaking the truth is always crystal clear. At least that's what I believe. Sometimes they say certain things that you don't understand and you understand later, but um, especially when it comes to fighting, if you're confident that your IQ level is at a certain level, what they say should be crystal clear. So if you're at the top level of MMA or Kung Fu or whatever, and you have some type of IQ, if it doesn't make sense what you're saying, obviously what I'm saying doesn't make sense. I want you to disregard it. Because I want to say stuff that helps other people, and I want to say stuff that you're going to listen, you're going to go and follow like some type of Bible, and you follow the wrong thing. Okay, so that's my little disclaimer before I start. Now we're going to talk about animal style. Animal style is, so how, first let's try to imagine what animal style is, right? So there have been a lot of technological advances that have been based on nature, right? Nature being an inspiration, a teaching tool for some things in real life. For instance, Velcro, right? Velcro came from nature. It's this little plant that gets attached to your socks, to your clothes, and it's a little ball, and that becomes attached. So we learned that from nature. Um, there's probably a lot more that I can't think of right now, but so these are the things that we follow from nature. So obviously, if you're a fighter, sometime in the past, some person must have obviously looked at animals and be like, okay, these animals they can fight, they can kill, they can fight. So probably, if I want to improve my fighting, instead of just working on what I have right now, which is everything that humans imagine. So nowadays, this is MMA, such as Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, boxing, kickboxing, and Muay Thai. So these are things that are based on human, right? This is human fighting. It's not, you're not copying this from anything else. It's just logically, okay, I have two hands, I have two legs. What can I do with them? Right? So, um, karate, taekwondo, so we say. So these are kind of um, the arts that are focused on the human person. And then there are arts that are focused on animals. Some person's like, well, a tiger can fight, right? A tiger can fight. So I'm gonna try to bring what the tiger has into my own knowledge and use that knowledge to fight with. Well, okay, a monkey can fight, right? I seen gorillas fight all the time. A bear can fight. A crane can fight. Insects, so a lot of insects they can fight. So why don't I just try to bring that into my own field of knowledge and use that information to kind of inspire some type of fighting style? That's what animal style is. It's not necessarily I'm gonna be exactly like the animal or I'm gonna look like the animal. It's not like that. It's just I'm gonna try my best to um, use the inspiration from the animal to fight. So you can't imagine. So how do I do this, right? Because I'm not shaped like a tiger. I'm not shaped like a monkey. Not really. I'm not shaped like a crane. And there's basically a couple types. Okay? the first type of inspiration deals with strikes. Okay, so um, typically with certain golfer styles, they focus on getting inspiration through the strikes. Okay, so for my boxing, I have my jab, I have my cross, I have my high hook, low hook, low hook, uppercut. Okay, basically, that's the things that I think of when you watch a tiger fight. For the first time, you're gonna notice uses both hands. So if you were tiger style, you would have added that to your repertoire. I'm not sure if MMA allows it or boxing allows it. I think boxing is allowed, but definitely just two hand strikes. Okay, and all of a sudden you can take that thing that you brought in from animal style, and you can use your brain and your human ability to think to go two hand, two hand. Let's boom, boom. Typically with the two hand. And this is echoes across all types of animals. For instance, um, the crane, right? I think it's. I'm not. I don't. Yeah. Again, I'm gonna say again. I don't know. But the crane is like this. Okay. So certain strikes. But then we think about. We have to think about. Um, I feel like it's the Go food that is passed on. It's not so much a replacement. It's more like a guidance. So we're at a time in the world where we have access to these Gong Fu that have been passed on, and really, that was the main goal of these Gong Fu masters, was that even the creation of the Shaolin Temple itself, if you believe it or not, a lot of there was the Buddha, yes, but if you want to know the real truth of the creation of the Shaolin Temple, it's a fake religion, basically. As far as I can think of, it's almost like it's not a fake religion because it's very real. But one of the main purposes of the Shaolin Temple was the emperor wanted to pass on these Gongfu styles, and so you would have monks who spend the entirety of their life honing these skills and making sure that it gets passed on to the next generation. Because all these animal styles, they're in the Shaolin Temple. Because so let's take on an alternative approach. The first approach has to do with mimicking the strikes, but for animal style, there's way more things than this. Okay, animal style, there's because the thing that they thought is we can't make someone live forever right now, right? Can't make someone live forever. So, but we can pass on generation to generation, and then some people, once a dragon lives again, then he can help you take everything that is you need, everything, absolutely everything that you need to develop Shaolin Kung Fu animal style. You know, fuck Wing Chun. Wing Chun is everywhere, but Wing Chun it's Wing Chun doesn't have the complexity. Wing Chun is very logical. It's very easy to understand and pass on, but if you don't train your whole life, you cannot do the forms of Shaolin. So to pass on the Shaolin forms, you needed dedicated students that focus the entirety of their life on it, and that's what the Shaolin Temple is for. It's this bullshit. Back in the day, they're like, okay, so we want to preserve that, and I think the emperor and his secret people, they said we're gonna create create a religion, which is a real religion. But more importantly, we're going to create a type of religion with a certain type, instead of Quran in Islam, and we're going to have fasting. We're going to have this. We're going to have no pork. We're going to create a religion that is based on being a warrior monk. The warrior monk would pass on all this knowledge of this animal style for the day that a dragon will come along, and when the time is ready, because everyone knew back then, because there's so much imagination, there's so much stuff. Everybody knew that the time would come one day when the time is right, right? And now the time is right. But that's not what I'm just saying. Okay, I'm focusing on the fact that you need to go to the Shaolin Temple. I don't want these skinny guys to go there. I don't want these. Basically, to go to the Shaolin Temple, you're either one of two things. You're an advanced MMA fighter, or you're a nerd. Okay? This is the only type of people who should be going to the Shaolin Temple. Because now it's time to revive all these animal styles. So, animal style, I know them. You don't. Okay? And you have to know how to train them. Why do you think there's exactly what is in the Shaolin Temple is exactly what you need to know to bring animal style back? Okay, but you have to be an amateur. I don't know how much they knew back then, right? They had visions, they have prophets. There was probably, they knew that there would be a divide between the East and the West, right? The divide is MMA, right? Just like how it was predicted, MMA, whether it was predicted or not, I don't give a, but MMA is, now it's dominating everything. It's dominating everything. So, but to learn Shaolin, you need to know how to fight first. Okay? A lot of people think that, I'm going to just train the Shaolin. If you are a raw disciple with zero experience, you should not be going to the Shaolin Temple. Even back in the day, you are not allowed to go to the Shaolin Temple unless you are an adept warrior. They have specific, restrictions. You cannot go there if you're a guy who fucks 20 women every single day. Or 20 women per week. 5 women per week. You cannot go there. Because that place is what? It's the place that you learn Kung Fu. And Kung Fu for China, they think about, the Great Wall of China. No, the pride of China is its Kung Fu, right? If you back in the old day, you ask the emperor what the pride of his country is my warriors, my Kung Fu. So you need to go to the Shaolin Temple, period. Okay, there's no, you have to send people who are, who because the Shaolin monks, they don't know. They don't know. I saw a video of a Shaolin monk fighting using all his animal style. And all his animal style, they were perfect. But he didn't know how to fight because he doesn't have fight experience. Okay? The monks they're like a YouTube. They're like YouTube. You get what I'm saying? They're like YouTube. The monks. They're like ancient YouTube. Because they don't get to create videos on the internet telling you exactly how to do this, how to do that, and you can store that in your internet and pass on to the future. No, you don't have that. They have to think about, okay, tell me, if you want to pass on this, how are you going to pass it on? How are you going to pass it on? Tell me. You can't. Get me? You can't. So now people are like, animal style is garbage, because it is. Okay? Those people who you see on television, Wusu, with their weird spirit, that's fake. You can't fight that way. Okay? To train animal style is a couple of steps. I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what you need to do, what steps you need to do. Boxing, MMA, everybody tells you about footwork. The footwork is exactly back, 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 front, 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 front. Why is the boxer Prince Nassim so deadly? Because he knows how to dance. Right? If you know how to dance, you can have footwork that is different. Right? But dancing is a skill. You're not going to go into the ring and magically you know how to dance. That's why when you watch basketball, there's people like Kyrie Irving who know how to dance and he plays extremely well and out dribbles his opponents. And you have people like, Shaq who doesn't know how to dance for shit. And he just does his backing up against the net and his skyhook, his off. That's why do you think Shaq can play point guard? No, he can't because he doesn't know how to dance. He can't dribble the ball like Kyrie Irving, like Stephen Curry. He can't. You need to practice how to dance. Okay? And that's what the Shaolin Temple does. They teach you forms to teach you how to dance. Alright? Because you can go to a hip hop class. You can go to hip hop class. But if you are going to fight using animal style, you have to learn how to dance. Because at the end, when you make your own style, and I'm going to talk about that later, when you make your own style of Kung Fu, you have to develop your own dance moves, what is comfortable to you. It's a big key point of animal style Kung Fu. Animal style Kung Fu exists so that you can have fluid footwork that you take. I practice Tiger style, I learned the footwork. I practice Mantis style, I learned the footwork. I practice Monkey style, I learned the footwork. Until I can freestyle dance. Do you get what I'm saying? You learn the form. The form is like hip hop. You practice hip hop, you practice set hip hop. You practice hip hop depending on the choreography. That means they tell you how to dance it, you dance it exactly. That is what hip hop is. That's what choreography is. But you need to be able to freestyle. You need to be able to just move. That's what you gain. As soon as you gain, those people who say it's useless, immediately, if I tell you that it gives you different footwork, that immediately works. Right? If I have access to more footwork, all of a sudden the ways that I can move are different. Instead of moving back a whole step, I can move half a step back. Instead of moving forward 3 steps, I can move 3.5 steps back because of my footwork. Instead of just pivoting, as in every single, the way that all boxers go, instead of pivoting, I can just take a couple of steps that I know from my form. And then that way I can just move in that way. And that is, first of all, it's hard to predict because your opponent, if he doesn't know Kung Fu style, there we go. Another thing is you can switch between the styles that you know, the forward. Sometimes I switch monkey, sometimes I switch tiger, sometimes I switch whatever. Sometimes I switch whatever. You get me? So you're not just using the forward that you know, you're using new forward. Right? You can perfect your forward, or you can expand your forward. Those are the only 2 choices to get better forward. Or you can do both. But the point of animal style, a big one, is the forward. Right? Because the forward is always gonna. Okay, so that's that. Now we can talk about another. So we talked about the hand strikes. Okay? And now we're gonna talk about the form, the animal form, that all the Shaolin monks still remember perfectly because of the emperor's decision. Because they fake Shaolin Kung Fu, the fake Buddhism as a legit religion. It is a legit religion. But they fake the Shaolin Temple. Shaolin Temple is cut off from the rest of the world. They say Shaolin Temple, all we do is monk, we pray, we eat. That bullshit. Okay, the emperor created that to pass on Kung Fu. Go to Shaolin Kung Fu. The first thing they're gonna tell you to do is stretch. But that doesn't matter. I'm not here to tell you how to stretch, how to fight, how to eat, I'm not here to tell you none of that. What I'm here to tell you is exactly how you're going to train animal style Kung Fu so that you can use it in the ring. The first step, as I said before, is practicing the form so you know how to dance. And the whole point of practicing the form is because you have to memorize. Okay, and that focuses your mind on different things. Alright? You have to memorize. When you go and practice a form, you memorize. Okay? And when we practice a form, it's just like any movement of the body. You have your, in Taoism, they talk about this. You have your mind and your body. These are the yin and yang. These are the two separate parts. And when you practice Kung Fu, you have your mind at the same time as your body. You try to imagine how you would strike. Right? Because when we do Shaolin, I'm not a Shaolin master. I'm not a Shaolin monk. So if you don't think it's right, when you do the form, okay, you focus on two things. The first thing you focus on is copying. Yeah, this is very important. You have to listen to this. The first thing you focus on is copying the animal. And I will tell you about this why. When you copy the animal, you have this mental ability so that when you are in the ring, you might not be using your finger jabs. You might not be using your scratching because that's not allowed. But you can still, in your mind, copy the animal. Do you get what I'm saying? So, if I'm boxing and I'm copying the... So, we can copy Mike Tyson, right? Mike Tyson is a boxer. We can copy him. He's like a tiger, right? We can copy him. We can have a coach. We tell the coach, can you teach me like Mike Tyson? And the coach says yes. And he teaches him like Mike Tyson and you copy him. We can also copy a tiger. Just imagine that you're a tiger and you're fighting. This is your imagination. That's the whole point of animal style. Animal style doesn't behave if you don't have imagination. And these monks, they are used to passing the way that the monk is structured, the way that the monk monastery is structured, the whole system is created by the emperors so that they don't change anything from the Kung Fu. So, when you learn from the monk, nothing is changed. They don't know how to think, they don't know how to analyze, they don't know how to rebel. It's just from a young age of 5, 6, you learn that shit and that's all you need to know. But you're different, right? If you listen to this piece in English, you're different. If you're an MMA fighter and you listen to this, you're different. If you go to China, you are now going to think. You are now going to practice behind the doors fighting. You are now not a monk. You are not a monk, okay? You are a fighter. You are a warrior. And that means you don't go there to, I'm gonna soak in the culture and I'm gonna pray and I'm gonna, no, you fake that shit. You go there to learn Kung Fu. To steal it. It's like, oh, that's bad. What you mean? It's what emperors wanted to do. It's the whole point. The Buddhist temple is created. It's to teach you Kung Fu. You know what I'm saying? It's the whole point is that. So, as I said, you have to copy. Focus on copying. Just imagine, it's not hard. Okay, when you're a kid, you pretend to be a. We all do it, even as kids. It's not hard, right? But we need the forms. The forms give us the ability to have a better copy. Those forms are not created by me. They're not created by you. They're created by extremely, extremely talented Kung Fu practitioners. They're perfect. They're beautiful. The footwork is pristine. Everything is high level, highest level. But only at the Shaolin Temple. You go somewhere else, it's fake. You're not going to get the same feeling. When a warrior creates it, the warrior's Shaolin form is going to be feeling right, correct. You will gain the correct feeling. There's a term, 感觉. 感觉 means feeling. You will get the correct feeling. And that is going to help you to develop the proper copy that you can use in a fight. So what did we just say? I'm going to reiterate. We said a lot. What I want to emphasize is a couple of things. Okay? Hand strikes. When you punch with a hand strike, you imagine, again, imagination. You imagine you're punching using that movement. Right? Because why? Because when you go and you practice the form at the Shaolin Temple, each of the forms have a different trajectory of your fist. So when you practice that, instead of just your how can I punch a bag in such a way that it's always that way unless I practice? Right? So you will practice the form, and then you will learn the hand movements that are possible. Right? This is a lot of people. So a lot of boxers, they want perfect form. You watch any professional boxer, most of the time, the form is perfect. You watch Mayweather, you watch, Tyson, whatever, because they spend a lot of time on the bag. But with Kung Fu, Bruce Lee said, train one kick 1,000 times. That's not gonna work. You want to have access to different stuff. Like, if you want to keep developing, and all you have is your boxing, you're not gonna get anywhere. You're gonna plateau. That's why they teach all these hand forms, so that when you go and you punch in that special way. You punch in a way that kind of is weird. It's not pretty. It's not like when you punch on a bag. It's pretty. It's not pretty. But then you develop new weapons. Right? These are weapons that you have here. You're not just punching, but you're developing new weapons, right? Kind of for instance, let me show you. So, tiger style. Okay. It's very much. Okay. Tiger style is tiger style is this. You form a fist. Instead of hitting with this part, okay, you hit with this part. This part. He digs. You're supposed to push this underneath the rib cage. It's because you. Okay, some people think that a hook is boom, right? Boom. this tiger style claw is like this. Is you use these knuckles. In a boxing glove, you won't be able to see this anyway. So you use these knuckles here. Go up underneath. This is the dig. Notice you can even go like this. Okay. It's the dig, not scratch. Dig. Dig underneath your rib cage. It hurts a lot. This is really good for hitting to the liver. Your crane is to hit away their blocking hand. Okay, so crane is 1, 2. So see, do you see what I'm doing right now? So 1. So if they have their hand up, crane 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay. Monkey. I feel monkey is basically just a footwork. It's basically bouncing. The hand motion, I don't remember what it was, but it's here. So, and mantis. Mantis is this. So all of these things that I'm telling you about is it's cheating technically, but it's not because it's a fight. Come on. It's about the shape that you make within your glove. Alright? What shape does that make sense to you? Like if I'm wearing a glove, the ref is never gonna see what kind of shape I'm making underneath it. Of course the most important is don't get injury. And some of these things, if you hit it too hard with the wrong technique, you're gonna get injured. But if you hit it with the right technique, you can hide within your glove a certain way. You can dig into their face with a knuckle. See this? See this? This mantis style needle? It's actually this. Let me show you. It's this. See this? See that? So you push like this, and this way it's gonna dig into. You push it like this. Okay? You dig into their stomach. This is pressure. It's not a pressure point, but it hurts a lot because it's sharp. Okay? So see this? When you put one knuckle out, yeah. That's your mantis. Okay? Snake. Again, snake is this. So these are different ways. So you have a lot of ways to structure your hand beneath the glove. Alright? Because you might not know it, but how you structure your hand beneath the glove can cause a lot of different pain. It can cause more pain. And so, I mean, boxing is a legitimate sport. If you're afraid to get injured, don't go there. So, but a lot of these, they can hurt you a lot, especially like these sharp ones, like this one right here, with the hand. So, plus you have to be careful not to hurt your hand. But there's different ways to train your hand so that it doesn't. This is why the Shaolin monk, they would stab sand to strengthen their hands, because you don't need to strengthen your fingers if you're only. This is where again a lot of things are super stupid. When you practice Wing Chun, you strengthen your knuckle. You don't need to strengthen your knuckle. You need to strengthen your wrist and your fingers for Kung Fu. If you punch with just your knuckle, it doesn't do anything, because when you punch with just your knuckle, it doesn't. You don't need to like work on it. But with your fingers, you work on it. So, that's. So a lot of things are really stupid, but I think I just said it enough. Yeah, the forms, forward, and last thing. If or when you go to this channel, because I cannot teach you the forms. I cannot. Okay. I don't trust myself. Okay? A lot of these forms. It was a time where you had so many dragons in the world, like Raya and the Last Dragon. No, but you had so many dragons in the world, and you have a whole bunch of different dragons together, talking about the forms, and they would develop it together. So I don't trust myself over Buddhist monks, over the warrior monks in China. So to learn the forms, do not, you have to go to China, Shaolin Kung Fu, to practice. Okay? But you have to know this. There's no such thing as a good Kung Fu master. Every single Kung Fu master, okay, they lie, and they lie. So nowadays, you have the Shaolin Temple maintains the pristine Kung Fu. It's without lying. Then you have outside stuff. Outside the Shaolin Kung Fu is all lies. But they talk about how to practice this, how to practice that. They talk about Tai Chi is the strongest martial art, which is total bullshit. It's all a lie, right? You have to go to the Shaolin Temple, and when you go there, you have to have two mindsets. First one is, I am willing to learn. That is very important. You have to be willing to learn, okay? But also, you have to put on your thinking hat and think for yourself, because the monks, they don't know how to fight. Not anymore. Right? They don't fight anymore. They don't know the proper ways to train certain things to be lethal. Because that's not what they do. They go there, they, look at the scenery, they paint, they eat food, they train, but they train forms and weapons. You have to think for yourself. Okay? That's very important. That's the only way you're gonna bring Kung Fu back. And it's now with all these, weak ass guys who kind of, I'm gonna discover China and it's gonna be a new. No, it has to be. Maybe you don't want tattoos because they might not accept you, but go there. You and a couple friends, right? I don't know what the schedule is, but definitely you have to every day just at least be in the same bunk. Talk about what you learn every day, right? Every day you go there and it's like, what did you learn? What did you learn? Tell me, man, what did you learn? Oh, I learned this, I learned this, I learned this, I learned the form. Okay, let me see. Okay. So what do you think this is? What do you think that is? What does it mean? Oh, fuck, man, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, let's think about it. Oh, okay, so that's what it is. Okay, let's see. So you learn, because it's so complex, right? So you're gonna learn um, a lot of things, and you have to kind of. It's almost like a lesson, right? It's almost like a lesson at a university, right? So you have university teacher gives you a lesson, you have to go back home and do the homework. Because it's very hard to understand exactly what it is, right? For instance, if I'm doing drunk, just how does the form, like, and you have to think about, okay, how can I apply this in the ring? How can I apply this in MMA, right? It's not everything that can be applied in MMA. Obviously, you have to do the training. It's not probably not the best way to gain muscle, but hey, if you're gonna do it, you have to be committed and just think for yourself after every class. Go and kind of just let that sink in, and eventually you're gonna get to a level where you can freestyle. That's the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal, first of all, is to be able to freestyle. When you know you've mastered a style, is when you can freestyle the fork. And the fork of Shaolin is very complex. Sometimes you even have jumps, right? You don't have jumps in MMA right now, but they're very deadly, right? If you jump, if he's never seen that, right? So I mean, there's been some jump KOs, knee KOs, but there's a scene that show, it's very, yeah, it's very big. Um, Honestly, yeah, I'm just saying, like, probably I hope at least a bunch of Chinese MMA, because I can't go, but obviously I don't gain. Probably a bunch of Chinese MMA fighters can at least go to the Shan Temple. And yeah, I'm just reiterating, Shan Temple is the refrigerator, right? It's the refrigerator. It keeps the ways of ancient China okay for this much time. So you have to get there before it goes away forever. Because right now they're doing like dancing, they're doing like fake shit, and it's disgusting because that's not what they signed up for. It's not what they signed up. They signed up for um, to pass on the lessons of the dragons from generation to generation. So that's how I think we should do. And, yeah, peace out.